All right, let's get into it. People want to crash out on multiple reasons about what's been happening for the past, I would say, month and a half on Dr. Umar, and I can understand it. And but what I don't understand for the life of me is that every time Dick and Harry wants to make a video, who wants to make a video about Umar doesn't understand the significances of what has happened throughout their throughout his or her relationship. In other words, we don't know a damn thing what's been happening behind closed doors. But people will always assume just because of Alyssa coming out with her video. But I want to say this. Do we ever acknowledge the good that Dr. Umar has done? And Dr. Umar has done plenty of good. We just don't want to acknowledge it. But as soon as something arises, as soon as somebody comes up and says, "Boo!" y'all go, "We gotta report that," or "I got him, I got him, fam. I told you that." It could be 10, 20 years later, right? 10, 20 years later down the line. He could be doing so much good in the community. So much good. He could be doing this. He could be doing that. He could be doing speaking engagements. He could be doing some type of movement that's going on, like he did in New Orleans, like he did in, I think he was somewhere in New York. I don't know if it was in Brooklyn or Queens or whatever. He could be doing all types of shit. He could be taking people on field trips, which he's absolutely done. He'd be taking all. He could do all types of shit. But the one time that he messes up, the one time that he crashes out, the one fucking time, you fucking hypocrites. Now, every time Dick and Harry want to make a video, I got him. AKA, um, what's the brother's name? You know, we're not going to be doing celebrity YouTubes today. For those, what do those apply? If it don't apply, let it fly. If it don't apply, let it fly. We can't acknowledge not one goddamn thing that Dr. Umar has done for the majority of black people who he's influenced, for the majority of black people who he has touched. But the jealous ones, often we all know we don't even acknowledge the haters. I do, because I have fun doing it. I have fun calling out Lennon because he's a piece of shit. He's just as a if you want to call anybody a scammer, he's just as much of a scammer as Umar. But what is Umar scamming? This school that he bought off of black money? That's the scam? And we all often go to old videos and we like to clarify, or we like to catch this human being that's going around the world and putting up a mirror to y'all selves and say, look at yourselves right now. We often catch him in the mall with some white woman. We often catching him in a bathtub in Japan. We often catch him with a stripper, Sukihana. Like, Sukihana? We really want to go there? Really? I told myself that was a bad idea. But I'm just gonna assume that nothing happened. And even if it did, so the hell what? So the hell what? We're not. Oh, you want to be in the man's bedroom? Next thing you know, you want to see what type of drawers this man wears. Pause. We want to see what type of clothing you got on. The dashikis. The dashikis, the dashikis. It's not quite often. No, it is often that when you're in the forefront in this magnitude, you oftentimes get gifts. Oh, I didn't say that right. Gifts. Gifts. He often gets gifts along with cash apps and super cash apps and whatever have you. But we never want to acknowledge the good that he has done. We never want to put out there, and I'm not talking about his people. I'm not talking about myself. I'm not talking about the Umar followers that follow him. I'm not talking about those people because we do acknowledge the work that he has done. People often, you see, the problem with Black society is that we want to show, we want it right in front of our faces, like the government. We want to see it like what the government does for white folks, what the government does for damn near everybody who will sign their blood on the dotted line. Will you sign your when you sign your blood, your allegiance to this government, whether it be more government being involved in your lives or less government? It really doesn't matter at this point. Government is government. They're in your lives. What Umar did was genius yet risky. It was genius yet risky because he knew the risk that it was going to be starting a school with only black money. He knew the risks. He didn't just wake up in the morning and just say, oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and get this money, fam, and everything will be everything. This world will rock with me. Trust me. That's not reality. The reality is the reality is that you're not gonna get everyone's attention. You're not gonna get everyone's attention. And you're not going to get everyone's trust. You're not going to get everyone's money. You're not going to get all of that. So he knew that going into that. And he knew the risk of how many people, how many fans, let's just put it this way, how many fans and how much of this and how much of that he's going to end up losing. He knew that going in. He knew that going in before he started lecturing. But because of his spirituality, he was willing to go through this hands or 10 toes down, hands just on the wheel, getting ready to get going. He was going to start that bike and he was going to go through the motions. Full speed ahead, 100 miles an hour. Now he's going 1,000 miles an hour with it, regardless if you like him or not. This latest thing with Anissa, it's a dry spell now. It's a total dry spell now. People don't actually care. They don't care. They just want to make a click interview because they do not like what Umar has literally put a mirror up to their face, or has taken his political Pan-African belt off and he started whooping everybody's ass with it. He started taking his Pan-African belt off and started whooping people's ass with it. And y'all don't like it because you like that soft, petty shit. Y'all love that soft petty shit. We're gonna do this for you. We're gonna do that for you. And we love you because you're our nigger. I mean, you're our black people. As long as you vote for us, doggone it, we're gonna do any and everything for you. And I don't even believe in what these colonizers tell you. We're gonna bring some extra, and just to show our appreciation for you. We're gonna bring these LBGTQ HIV communities up in there, and we're gonna help you guys out. We need a job. Oh, don't worry, we're gonna get you the jobs, but we gotta help these people out first. And we got to help these people out first. And we're going to help these people out first. Oh, the Armenians are coming in. Oh, we're going to help these people out first. And we're going to help these people out. The Mexicans are coming in. The Cubans are coming in. And blah, blah, blah. And the aliens, the aliens. Ooh, the aliens are coming in. And as soon as we help them, fam, we going to help you. But wait, most of the jobs will be taken away. Oh, don't worry, we're going to create the jobs that you don't want because they don't pay. Yeah, quite interesting. But as soon as a true scholar comes along, and like I said, puts a mirror up and says, wake up. Who sung that song Back to Life, Back to Reality? Who sung that song? It wasn't the SOS. It wasn't the SOS band. I know it wasn't that. I know it wasn't that. I know it wasn't that. Forgive me, I'm in my rant right now. I'm in my rant right now because I'm quite sick and tired of every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinking they know what's in the Kool-Aid, don't even know the freaking flavors of it. And this is why I want to move to Jamaica. Hell, I want to move to Africa. I want to see the parts of the world where our people, which you don't even acknowledge. You don't even acknowledge Jamaicans. You don't even acknowledge Haitians because they're not of lineage. If we don't trace our lineage back to the 18th, screw all that. Stop being FBA. FBA wasn't the thing until Tariq Nasheed made it a thing. Stop it. Y'all just a cult. I have more respect for Yvette Cornell, who is Adolf's, more than I respect. Please stop. Even though she gets on my nerves too. But the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter if you're, it should not matter if you're Adolf's. It should not matter if you're FBA. We're all black at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, we have no power. We have no influence. Very little resources, and the resources we usually give up to everybody else. So stop it. Stop it with this nonsense. But as soon as Umar hugs a woman, Umar can hug a woman. Umar can hug a black woman. And it's, oh my God, he's a Prince Pan African. He's a scholar. He's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to pander to women. But yet it's the same woman that you consider a disease. You consider famine. You consider them non talkable. You can't even talk to them. That's what you proclaim. But yet I go around talking to black women all the time, and I don't have no problems. I have zero problems whatsoever. Maybe it's because I'm married. Maybe that is. Soon as they put on the ring, I remember when it was an episode of Martin. Sidebar. It was an episode of Martin, and Martin just got married. He went down to the gym with Tommy. May Tom McKell rest in peace, and the other brother's name Cole. He was with Tommy and Cole, and he was lifting weights, right? and he saw how the women were flocking to him. But when he exposed that ring, they just disappeared. So he took the ring off. Y'all remember that? He took the ring off and he supposedly put it in his gym bag, but he forgot all about it. And then they started flocking to him. So in other words, fam, y'all flock to too much BS. Know the whole entire story before you get online and you start judging. First of all, we don't know. We all question why now? Why now? 22 years. That's what we said. And then the other part of you said it doesn't matter. 18 through 22, he should be connect. He should be just speaking with his children. No, you just don't want to hear him speak. Period. You don't want to hear him speak, which is foolish in and of itself. But we can continue. And the next thing I know, deadbeat dad comes up. So I often looked up the word deadbeat dad, and it basically it says in Wikipedia, not Wikipedia. You can Google it. Deadbeat dad means if you're not taking care of your responsibilities financially, that's considered a deadbeat. Don't argue with me. I didn't make it up. You can Google it. Google what deadbeat means. Ever since Anissa, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, foolishly came up with the TikTok video, which she's not too far from where her dad is. She's not too far from it. The only thing we know is I tried contacting him and he ignored me. How many times have you contacted him? We never questioned that. How many times have you contacted him? We only know that one time that Anissa had contacted her father. Oh, you contacted her, contacted him that one time? That's the question mark. So you contacted him that one time, right? How many times have you contacted Dr. Umar? How many times? So we don't question from, let's just say 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. She's grown at 18, right? She's totally grown. So we're not contacting that. I understand his part. He already acknowledged it a whole bunch of times. I could have been a better father to my children. He has acknowledged that a whole bunch of times. So I'm acknowledging this since we don't want to put part of the onus on the mother, which is kind of weird in itself because I hear all brothers all day, every day, blaming women for what men are going through. The black community needs to get itself together. We blame women, but we don't necessarily know why we blame women. We just say the most egregious shit online. We blame women for we blame women for this. We blame women for that. We blame women for the multitude of times that there's suicide, there's homicide, there's crashing out all over the place. We just want women to acknowledge our feelings. All of a sudden, we want women to acknowledge our feelings now. All of a sudden, and then the women are just as worse. I don't want nothing to do with a man. I don't want nothing to do because I don't know how long it's going to be before he offs me or he unalives me. Okay, read a book. Just read a damn book, because half of you women y'all don't even know how to dress. Felicia Rashad, the mother, I would say the mother of the century, said that you dress half naked. What's wrong with that? Reality is reality. You doing that to please the masses. White folks, you're doing this to please white folks. White folks are not laughing with you. They're laughing at you. White folks are not with you. They're against you. They just see you as who you are in their eyes. And that's a piece of pumping them. It's been happening ever since slavery. But you don't want to acknowledge that we as a whole do not want to acknowledge that we have been Willie lynched. Willie lynched. We can talk about Jim Crow, we can talk about Dred Scott, but we do not want to acknowledge as a whole. So I don't even want to hear the next Negro here in the United States address Umar ever again, because half of you Negroes don't even know what you're talking about. You're stuck on the video that happened 3 or 4 fucking years ago, when that alleged woman came up and said the things that she said. I met Dr. Umar at a luncheon. Everybody meets Dr. Umar at luncheon. He invites everybody to luncheons. What the hell are you talking about? He invites men, he invites women. Hell, he invited me. I couldn't be there, but hey. So you had to be the only one. And there was no ways. Y'all don't. That's the problem with people. I forgot what homeboy told me earlier. Something about a brain being on a bird and him flying backwards. So you basically have a brain and you put it in a bird's ass and you're basically flying backwards. Woo! But you're gonna listen to a man who absolutely, positively is going to call a woman a bitch 24/7. Excuse me. You like listening to a woman who has burnt damn near half the population. You're going to listen to a woman who has basically been setting up men from the get-go. I ain't gonna mention no names because you already know who they are. But on the men's side of it, we want to all of a sudden want to acknowledge. I want women to acknowledge my feelings. No, can't you just acknowledge our feelings? And men love hard. Bullshit. 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 Men love equally just as hard as a woman would. It's the emotions. It's the emotions that each and every single person carries with them. It's just that nowadays we want to be these tough ass exterior men. A person actually acknowledged, but he's a simp. I almost forgot when that brother acknowledged that there's an alpha male and an alpha woman can get together, have kids, have a life of their own. You label him as a fucking simp. That's what you do. You label him as a simp. But the moment that these alpha males get together, homies over hoes, y'all do this type of shit. But Umar comes along, put that mirror right in front of your face and say, who are you kidding? So, excuse me. Umar makes one bad mistake. And all of a sudden, oh my God, I got to do this. Is content. This is fucking content. Thought my phone was on, friends. This is content. Y'all go off the ringers like y'all getting paid. Y'all getting clicks, y'all getting views, y'all getting like 10,000 however that is in algorithms, and the algorithm keeps going up, going up, going up, and y'all getting paid under his name. You're getting paid cash apps under his name. Hypocrites. Flat out hypocrites. But yet, I do positive shows on Umar. I don't give a fucking dime. Well, let me stop lying. I do, but it ain't as much as what. Who's that lawyer? I forgot who that lawyer was. But anyway, it's sad. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. But I get it. I get it. People, scholars, and there's a lot of there's very few. There's lots of us, rather. I don't want to say few. That was my fault. A lot of scholars have spoiled y'all. The brother Polites, the brother Polites, the Shaka Amoses, the Sarah Sutansetis, all these red pill, blue pill, all these scholars, they have spoiled y'all. Now, mind you, Umar had just popped up on the scene. And people forget that he's militant because due to his father, which, by the way, I want to shout out Jamal Johnson. I want to shout out Jamal Johnson for even having Umar. I want to shout him out. But I'm not shouting him out for negative reasons. I'm shouting him out for the positive reasons that we can't acknowledge. We can't acknowledge. We can't even say what good. Again, can we say what good he has done? We don't know because we don't see. Or is that we don't want to see what good he has done? He hasn't spoken to any kids. How you know? I've seen it. Seen it dozens of times. All he does is go to colleges. Just like everybody goes to colleges and speaks. But I get it. We want Sexy Red. We want Sexy Red to go to high schools and colleges and say, hey, I burnt up almost every black man that I came across, and I got a high body count. And the kids are supposed to say, yay! Y'all are sick. Y'all are sick. Y'all are sick. So we have a guy. I'm going to start on this first. We have a guy that merely, when the whole Anissa thing came out, he's going to go ahead and decide and just hit, twist, and turn and do an alley-oop on the story of the whole Anissa Umar Johnson thing, aka Ifatunde. So he does all that, right? He takes the story and flips it and says, this guy, all he did was take the money and run because there's no air conditioning. According to the lady that he had brunch with, and most of you Negroes would say, the moment you say a guy's name, and that's most women, if you say a guy's name, a man is going to say, the fuck? You gonna me? We gonna me? Who? Without me? Without my permission? Oh hell, the motherfucking no! Oh no! Woo, 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 woo. So you let that slip by. The second thing, that it doesn't bother me all this much because this is mainly on Umar. He paid for this. He paid for this. He paid for that. He paid for this. He paid for that. Why would he have people working inside the building as well as outside the building if it wasn't all construction? Riddle me that. Why would he waste his money? If you're asking where the money goes, there it is. If you're asking where the money has gone, there it is. But we have another gentleman. Which I will not acknowledge because he is a bozo. Because he talks down to the black community. As expected, he talks down to the black community. He's what we would call a Sambo. But he knows that. So I don't even have to acknowledge him. But I will say this. He's saying that he buys dashikis. He's taking the money. He's taking $2 million. I almost slipped up and said 10. He's taking $2 million. I'm tongue tied. And bought dashikis and punani. Dashikis and punani. Dashikis and punani with $2 million, fam. $2 million. Y'all forgot that. Y'all might as well put in ice cream. Y'all remember when he ate the ice cream bar right in front of camera? Oh, he bought the ice cream bar with the FD&G money, fam. Oh yeah, right. He's been going to hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. Gotta get it in, my friend. Y'all are pathetic. But Martin Luther King, damn near did the exact same thing. He allegedly cheated on his wife. But he is not known for being who he was and not supposedly allegedly who he is now. But his own wife didn't even acknowledge that nonsense that he allegedly did. She went on and supported her own husband and has done that to this very same day, and you neglect that. All of you neglect that shit. But that's okay. Because each and every single time that it comes out of your mouth as these people have, and again, it's not even acknowledged that they do more good than bad, but it's not a void. It's not a void. It's in vain, actually. But I don't believe in that nonsense. I believe that the work that MLK has done, the work that Malcolm has done, but he's a crackhead, he's a sellout, he's Malcolm Red, he's this, he's that. But we won't know until FBI field reports come in 2035 or some stuff like that. We won't know until the field reports come in. And even so, we'll get the microphone ready. We gonna get the microphones ready. We gonna get this camera ready. We gonna get our PCs together, our laptops or whatever. We gonna get rid of that. We gonna get ready for that. We ain't gonna go on the streets and do no work. We're not. We're not gonna go on those streets and do no heavy work, do no heavy lifting, while the women served us with water. Because they don't necessarily, all they had to do was just pass out the fucking flyers. That's all we had to do. And us men have to put in the work. Men! Some of you men act like bitches. Some of you men act like cowards. Straight up cowards. Famine. But Umar sacrifices his life every day. Do what? To do what? This man has been wearing the same Air Force One since I first met him. And you have the nerve to say he's tricking off with the money? He's tricking off with the money, but yeah, he's been wearing the same old Air Force Ones since 26. I think it was 2016 or 2017 when I first met him. And it's 2025. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Later on, later on today. Come on, fam. Dashikis. How much of these particular African shirts is the same African shirts that you dare not wear? The same African shirts that you dare not rep. You don't even rep your Africanity. I do. I rep it very, very well. Very well. And I study parts of Africa. Where's my book? Do we even acknowledge what we read? Do we even acknowledge Marcus Garvey? Do we acknowledge Marcus Garvey? Do we acknowledge Booker T. Washington's? There is no history. There is no YouTube history of y'all acknowledging our ancestors. None. None. Very few of you. But I hear y'all all day talking about, man, bitches ain't shit. Man, Jasmine Crockett ain't shit. Jasmine Crockett's a whore. Jasmine Crockett is this. Jasmine Crockett is that. You can't acknowledge her education. I don't care for her education. Does she have a man? What the fuck does a man have to do with all of this? What the fuck does marriage have to do with all of this? Just because she's not married to a man? Everything that's going on in society right now, Social Security being taken away, education being taken away. What the fuck does that have to do? What does you being married to a man got to do with acknowledging the problems? And on top of that, voting for people you should vote for. As one unit, by the way. But we don't want to be an independent voting bloc. I think Dr. Claude Anderson was wasting his time. I think Dr. Claude Anderson was wasting his fucking time. When he came out with white wealth, when he came out with damn, I got the fucking book. It's been a while. Fundonomics. I got the book right here. Hold on. No, I don't, because I was reading it. I was reading it earlier. I forgot where I put the book. But anyway, with the black Black Label White Wealths and the Dirty Little Secrets, More Dirty Little Secrets, a black reader, um, economics, wow, wherever it went. Please forgive me. We don't even want to acknowledge those. And y'all keep saying he's a scammer. What has he scammed? Please, please acknowledge me. What has he scammed? You can't even name it. I can tell you about a true scammer. Lennon Honor is definitely a true scammer. See, I need to be rich because each and every time I hear it, each and every time I see this shit, I'm gonna get rich. I am going to be so rich, and I'm leaving all y'all niggas behind. I'm going to Belize. First place I'm going to is Belize, and then I'm gonna go to hell. I'm going to Jamaica and get me some of that clean water and that good old food. That's what I'm gonna do. Cause all of y'all is wilding out. I have never seen no, because white people are crashing out now. Ever since Donald Trump, he hadn't even been in office. It's been like 103, 104 days. And he's been lying to the people and lying to the people, lying to white folks, lying to y'all, but y'all don't care. Lying to white folks, and white folks is looking silly right now. Like, he's coming after our farms. He's coming after our SSI checks. Fuck him. No, no, no. Y'all eat. Y'all eat it. Eat it. Accept it. Accept it. Y'all voted him in. Y'all voted him in. Y'all voted him in because of the alleged promises, right? But as soon as he signed those executive orders, Jesus Christ, it was a frenzy. It was like, fuck you, fuck you. I've never seen white people crash out so heavily like that before. But that's going to be in the video. That's going to be in the video later on today. I want all y'all in the chat to have that same energy once Umar opens up the school. I want y'all to have that same energy. Just have that same energy. Just have the same energy. And this is coming out why? Because of one person. But he's going to have to eat that up. He's going to have to eat those results. He's going to have to eat those results. But I'm this close to saying what I really shouldn't say about Anissa, and this is the reason why I don't speak on her, because of the results that what did she say that she was? She was one of them rainbow colors. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Even though I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised that she would say it. I'm not shocked. But if I came out with a text that I've gotten from a source, there's been 3, but I neglect to share one because y'all don't know how to act. But if I show you one fucking text message that I've gotten from a source that showed that Anissa story was not in line with her first story. Something's going on here. And to the people who are against Anissa, shame on you. Shame on you. The best thing y'all could have done for that child is just to pray for her. That's all you could have done. Tommy Sotomayor doesn't know how to act. That's his character. Her going to Rev G, that won't be acknowledged. That shit ain't gonna be acknowledged. Her going to Cynthia G. Cynthia G is just as a wacko as freaking well, I don't well, you know what? I would damn near say that who is the girl? I know you love Cynthia, and Cynthia is just as much as a fraud as Umar. Oops. How you gonna talk about Pookie's but get knocked up by one? How you gonna talk about Pookie's but you don't get knocked up by one? That's crazy to me. That is crazy. That's wild. But me, needless to say, knocked up or not, she's just mad because she just got straight up spanked by Umar when that was on a Foxhole show. And no, he did not know that that dude was a dude. He didn't know. He's just he doesn't go into all that. He doesn't go into who's there. He just says hello as more like let's do this, shake hands, goodbye. He never knew that that dude was a dude. Everyone point out he was eating it up. I'm like, bruh, stop it. Just stop it. She did do a good. She did do a good job. She did an excellent job. Hell, He fooled me. Like most of these, and this is the reason why, This is the reason why it's so scary now. It's scary because we don't know. I would do this. I would do the crocodile Dundee test. It's disgusting, but hey, it's got to be done, right? Because all this can be hidden. The boob, the titties and shit can be done over the weekend, right? And they could tuck all that. You know what I'm talking about? They could do a tuck. But the one thing that they'll try to do is try to get rid of their voice. I don't know why they would put themselves into so much. I mean, hey, that's them. I don't touch none of that shit. You sound crazy right now when you say that. Send me the link of her kid. You sound crazy. But yeah, I forgive you. I forgive you for sounding crazy and just for doing what I do. I forgive you. I totally forgive you. Well, you looking good today, though. So he's taking the money and he's buying daishikis and buying Sukihana's pussy. I got a name for you, real quick. I almost forgot. I got a name for you. I got a source. I got a source. His name is Taz. His name is Taz. Taz the Goat. His name is Taz the Goat. Now, he's taking the money and he's buying daishikis. What else is he buying? Oh, he's buying coochie. He's buying Sukihana's coochie. Okay. 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 If I told you that He's not interested in Sukihana. Well, he's not interested in women right now in that light. But what does it matter when it comes to judgment? What does it matter? The man is single. The man can do whatever he wants, right? Rather it be a conflict of interest, because let's just face it, everybody does that shit. Everybody likes who they like. It doesn't matter if they work in the same facility. As a friend of mine would say, never shit where you eat. But we all do that. I mean, we like who we like and we love who we love. Please, please spare me the nonsense. Please spare me the nonsense. Is like, what is he doing in his spare time? He should be at the school 24/7. Um, you don't know who's at the school other than Don, which you don't acknowledge. But we know we're not going to even acknowledge that bum. We're not going to even acknowledge a bum that Umar put money in the hands of this bum to help him out with the things he needs helping out with. We're not going to acknowledge this bum. We're not going to acknowledge anything that Umar's done that's positive. Nothing. We're not going to even acknowledge the stuff that most of your Democratic friends have done that's positive. What has Cory Bookham done that's positive? What has, let's just say, the supporters of Republic, Angela Rye, even though I have issues with Angela Rye, what can we address that's positive? We can't, because it's the internet. We all are victims of our own feces. We are all victims of the shit that we keep piling up each and every single day. We are. Cynthia is no different. So let's stop the bullshit. Cynthia G's no different. Tasha K, that's what I want to say. Tasha K's no fucking different. Tasha K does not give a damn about you. Tasha K don't give a damn about Anissa. Tasha K just gives a shit about Tasha K. Stop it. Just stop. And I'm not gonna even pin flowers on myself like that. People who care for me care for me. And that's the only, and family's the only thing that you got. But it's very rare for a person that's online that we go on panels with and they pick up the phone offline and they say, yo, we need to shut this down, fam. Because you crashing out. We don't want nothing to happen to you. You just need to calm down for a couple of days and you just need to just chill out. We got you. We rarely get people. We rarely get people of that caliber. Or how about your homegirls like, we love you and we wish you nothing but the best. Y'all women don't even acknowledge other women like that. You don't. Because this is online shit. This is online. There are a rare few people who do this. But if Umar is transparent, fuck Umar! Fuck him, fuck him, fuck him! Umar gets transparent even without being transparent. He's not transparent enough. It's not enough. But if he were to go to a bank that can give him a real good percentage on the money that he needs to not only open up a school, but to put in it the stuff that he needs we wouldn't say anything. But here's the kicker. What he wants, it may not make sense to you all, but it makes sense to those who practice Pan-Africanism. Well, they don't even have to be Pan-African. It just makes sense to other black people who acknowledges their Africanity. Most of you Negroes don't even acknowledge Africanity at all. But I do. And I'll get this dumb question all the time. You from Africa? Stupid. You ought to get blocked for even asking that dumbass question. I didn't know you had to be from Africa to read on your Africanity. That's just stupid. It's what's called a library. Hell, most of the education systems, they don't even teach anything about Africa. As a matter of fact, they don't even teach Africa at all. If you're going to have a history class, why have a fucking history class if you're not going to teach but 100% European as shit? But Umar wants to come up with a school for black boys, and he's going to do exactly that. Teach you about everything historic when it comes to us. But you don't want to acknowledge that. And newsflash, he's done this before. He's done this plenty of times before. But I'm the bad guy. I'm the bad guy. I don't know what I'm talking about. He's not coming out with the school. Okay. Okay. He's going to take the money. He's going, what did he say? He's going to take the money. He's going to go to Ghana. Okay. I hope he does. Shit. I hope he fucking does. But he's not going to do that. You know why? Because of how much he loves his people. He's just so ungrateful. So fucking ungrateful. Why can't you acknowledge the other schools in it? I was like, we acknowledged that already. I acknowledged the King Randalls. King Randall don't talk. Cuba does, but Cuba is doing other stuff right now. I acknowledge that already. The purpose is what you're missing. The purpose is to uplift our children and not go into these petty differences, these horizontal differences. What is going to propel us to go horizontal? Or excuse me, vertical. We're all dealing with these horizontal issues. Umar loves his people and hates his daughter. That word is a strong word. I advise you to change that word to dislike. And no, he does not dislike or hate his daughter. He loves his daughter very much. But the fact that she's underneath her mother, which by the way, that first video that I saw, this nigga don't know shit from Shah Nova. If he did not love his daughter, he would not have taken her to certain places. But how does she? The one thing that y'all failed to question, and it belittles me that it flies over your head. How does she know from consent all until let's say age 10 when that happened in that hospital? She said, and I quote, Umar beat my mom at the hospital while you were still in the womb. Riddle me that, Batman. While you were still in the fucking womb. Oh, let me not go there. Let me not go there. That's on him. That's on him to fix the shit. This is on him. I mean, he already acknowledged that he was wrong. We should have been past that already. But for the simple fact that we're just a bunch of petty groups of individuals who just want to see him fail. Not only do you want to see him fail, you want to see him gone. For real, for real. For real, for real. Yeah, I said it. You want to see Umar deleted. I fucking said it. I said the shit. Clip the shit if you like. You want to see him gone. You want to see him just and who's gonna acknowledge all this shit and critique it just like he is? Nobody. So I am glad for Jamal having, or excuse me, I said it incorrectly. I acknowledge that Mr. Johnson has groomed and developed such a good individual. Now I don't know about the other siblings. I don't know about the other four brothers that he has. I never met them. I only spoken to Jamal. And shouts out to D Durrell for having a good live. Again, brother did a good live with brother Jamal. But haters are gonna hate. Haters are gonna hate. Haters are gonna do any and everything they can to see that this man fails. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I think from here on in, I'm just gonna start acknowledging. I'm just gonna put out some good and great uh, clips of where he was at Oakland, California, and to to hear the crowd even chant the shit that he is just it's amazing when a whole bunch of women and men shout when he shouts out Black Queens forever. They yell out Snow Bunnies never. And that was an entire crowd of people. It's amazing. It is amazing. And this child is texting me saying, why you really need to stop? Why are you acknowledging online Negroes? I say it's fun to see y'all's reactions. It's fun. It's fun to hear each and every single one of your reactions because it's just entertaining. It's just so entertaining. If you in true to form, if you really want Umar to do what you want him to do, you would have texted him that. His number is very public, you know. He should do this, he should do that, even though he's not going to listen to you. He might take it under consideration, but most of the time he's not listening to you. You want him to be so under the influence of this white colonizer. Excuse me, colonizers. It's not even funny. One person is, well, there are several people, but one particular person, that will be Umar, is fighting for the influences of other black men, not just women, but black men. Black men who are being targeted each and every single day. Want nothing but the best for him. But how he acknowledges it is you have a problem with him acknowledging the shit of what you do and what affects the black community as a whole when he addresses how much you spend every day. You can't make a yearly sacrifice. That's crazy. But yet you complain when it's police brutality. You complain when it's police brutality, when police keep fucking with you. You complain when Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump or uh, Elon Musk keeps getting rich and rich and rich and richer off of your tax money. Keeps getting rich, keeps taking and taking and taking. How many people has he unemployed? Umar makes one mistake. He has 2 kids. Elon Musk has what? 6, 7, 8? How many kids does this? He has 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 kids. But we don't want to put that man on trial. What type of dumbass shit is that? What type of hypocritical shit is that? We don't want to put Elon Musk on trial. He's got money. And, oh, but it means all in the world, right? When you see that one kid in the White House, that one kid, where's the rest of his kids? But we don't want to put that man on trial. Hypocrites. All y'all some fucking hypocrites. I see it. I see that. So continuously make your little videos and shit. Keep making your videos, fam. And continue to make money off of his name. Keep continuing to make money. And the problems still haven't gone away. How's that working out for you? Even if he doesn't come out with the school, which I really don't care if he doesn't, if he comes out with it or not, this year, I believe he's already come out with a date. I think it was the 20th/21st. So you have the 20th and you have the 21st of September. Even if he doesn't come out with it, this is a project that he knew the risk. He knew these risks and he went for it. If he didn't say what he had said, whether it be 2009 or whatever, it doesn't matter. Even if it was 2005, if he hinted at the idea, it's not my fault that you Negroes will go, oh, I can't wait. I'll be like, okay, I believe it when I see it. He didn't start collecting funds until 2014. Even if he didn't come out with the school, even he ain't mentioned it at all. He didn't mention it at all. None of it was brung up. FB&G Academy wasn't brung up at all. You know what he was gonna do? He was gonna go for his be a defense attorney and make buku money being a defense attorney. Because his one influence was Thurgood Marshall. He loved Thurgood. Not only does he study his Africanity, but he studies other scholars, other lawyers. He studies everyone. He has his bookshelf is was bigger than the one behind me, even though this is virtual. He has more books than me. When was the last time you motherfuckers ever picked up a book and read it? Read it all the way through and give an analysis of what you thought about the book. I'll wait. I'll wait. Why are you chastising us? You let the white man chastise you. How's that working out for you? The Hotep comedian. But Dr. Khalil Muhammad does the exact same thing. Did the exact same thing. I wish Dr. Khalil Muhammad were here right now because this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. Dr. Umar and Dr. Khalil Muhammad, oh my God. Whew, I would, whew, I'll be behind them every step of the way. Hell, I'll even lose weight behind it. I'll even lose weight. We'll be marching up and down, it's like putting up middle fingers to these white folks, putting up middle fingers to the police, playing Tupac and Biggie. I mean, we'll be getting busy. We'll be getting busy up that bit. And how many people would be in that? Oh my God! If he were alive to this day, Dr. Khalil Muhammad, a cracker is a cracker is a cracker. Man, how things would have turned out. But hey, like I said, keep on making your little pussy ass videos about Umar. I'll be listening. I'll be in the comment section. And depending on what you say, so I advise each and every single one of you who do Umar videos, including Marquise, or excuse me, Marquisha, be careful what you say because you never know who's going to be in the comment section. Might be just me. Good old We-On-Loc telling you you ain't shit.